What's good? If you've been here before, you already know.
I'm so saying.
And if not, welcome and thanks for watching. Alright, so today I want to get into how to promote yourself and your music on social media and give you a few tips on how to grow. Now, everybody's approach to these things are slightly different, but I want to share a few key tips that you can implement to definitely help you grow and expose your music to new people all the time. Alright, so tip number 1 is to make sure your profile looks decent. First and foremost, make sure you got a profile picture at the very least, because when people come to your page, you want them to know who they are following if you want people to follow you, right? So make sure you definitely have a profile picture set. It would be good for your own brand as an artist to make sure you use the same profile picture across every single social media platform that you have. Also, make sure you have a decent bio written. I'm not saying that it has to be perfect, but people need to know who you are and what you do. Tell people in your bio what you want them to know about you. When you're on Twitter and Facebook, also make sure you have a cover photo set that relates to the main thing that you're promoting at that time, or the main thing that you want people to see from you that represents your brand as an artist. Quick branding tip. Make sure you use the same username across every single social media platform that you're on. And if you cannot secure that username on every platform, make sure you use something that's extremely close or add some type of variation to it, like your username with an underscore at the end of it, or your username with some numbers or something behind it. Because if you can modify your username and add that to the end of all of them, then you have a better chance of people finding you based on the username that you use on every single platform. Because everybody may not ask you what's your username or what's your handle on this platform or that one, but if they try, let's say, your Instagram handle on Facebook or Twitter, they should be able to find your profile on those platforms as well when they seek to follow you or check out your pages on other platforms. Tip number 2 is to make sure you post different variations of content. And to do this, you have to make sure you decide on what your content buckets will be. Content buckets are basically the forms of content that you're going to be posting, whether it be photos, videos, quotes, your tweets by other people, new music that you have coming out, clips of live performances, album art, pre-save, cover photos. Make sure that you decide on those things so that it can help you to be more consistent with posting. Nobody wants to come to an Instagram or Twitter or Facebook profile that looks dead, because at that point, why would people want to follow you if they don't see any activity happening on your page? That's not giving them a reason to want to keep up with you if you're not posting consistently. When people come to your page, normally they like to know that you have common interests or that you have something in common, even if it comes down to appearance. Make sure you utilize the latest features that the platforms implement, because they actually push the content that uses those features in front of your audience a lot more than just, say, a regular photo post. Make sure you use intriguing captions on your posts, because you want to keep your audience engaged, or you want to say things that'll make them want to engage with you. So ask your audience questions sometimes. If actively posting on your social media isn't your thing, if you feel some intimidation or a little anxiety when it comes to actually writing out and creating a post as soon as you open the social media platform, make sure you find a tool that you can use like Later or Hootsuite or Buffer. Start scheduling your social media posts. That way it's not so overwhelming to you, and you don't have to worry about, oh man, I missed posting on this day or that day, because you've already sat down and scheduled it out. Some people even take maybe just a Sunday evening to plan out their posts for the week. That way you don't have to think about it all week. Or you can take the rest of the week to just respond to people who may engage with your content that you planned out and you scheduled it. So now you don't have to actively sit there, create the content, and engage with the responses at the same time. Tip number 3 is start getting to know your audience. you want to try to post content that you think they'll like, that you think they'll engage with, but also you want to go live sometimes to actually have conversations with your audience outside of posting, because everybody may not leave a comment on your post, but a lot of people like to interact with someone right in the moment. A lot of people like to see what you're doing right now. They don't want to always have to feel like they need to catch up with what you're doing. Go live sometimes and have conversations with your audience, and then that way you'll know what they like to discuss. When you go live, talk to your audience as if you guys are face to face, and not really so much like it's so much distance between you and them. While getting to know your audience, post different types of content to see how people react to it. Make sure you're checking your insights to see what type of posts are performing best, whether it's reels or just regular video content or just photos. See what your audience is engaging with the most. That way you'll know what to post more of, even when it comes down to the format, or it can just be based on people engaging with you more when you ask questions or when you post more exciting content. Another quick branding tip is to choose which platform you will decide to go hard on. I know that it can be overwhelming to try to keep up with several different platforms every single day, but if you choose which one you'll go hard on and just post on the other ones, then you have a greater chance at making sure you are still nurturing your audience and growing at the same time. Because if you take the time to actually focus on the growth of one of your social media platforms, people will start to seek you to connect with you if they are on other platforms, and they'll follow you on those other platforms without you having to actually always say, hey, go follow me on Twitter or go follow me on Facebook. If your primary means of connecting with people is more comfortable for you on Instagram, make sure that you have those other platforms set up just in case people would like to engage with your content on other platforms. But choose the platform that you'll go hard on, and sometimes direct people to those platforms, but you don't have to do it all the time if you focus on the growth of the platform that feels best to you. Okay, so tip number 4 is engage with your audience. Nobody likes to be in a one-sided relationship. I mean, nobody. So if I'm following you and I'm engaging with your content, I do kind of expect some sort of response. Even if you just like my comment, at least I know you've seen it. But it's good to actually respond to people if they say something more than an emoji. People like to have those discussions on social media sometimes. They may not be able to be available when you do go live to engage a little more in depth, but if people find your content interesting enough to take some time out of their day to actually leave a comment with more than just a couple of emojis, make sure you respond to them. And sometimes that's all they can post. They may just post fire emojis, or they may just post the 100 symbol or something like that. But if people take the time out to engage with your content, make sure you take a little second to respond back to them. Also, some people might DM you because of your content, which is a great way for you to find people who are your super fans. If you can engage with people in your inbox, those people are more likely to buy from you, whether it be with merch or other digital products that you may make available. Even if it's just your music, people who feel like they're getting to know you a little bit better or a little bit more, they are more prone to buying from you or listening to you. So make sure that you engage with people as much as you possibly can. And last but not least, tip number 5 is focus on growth. Now, you do have to engage with the people who are engaging with your content and who are following you. But as far as growth, which is the number one priority for a lot of artists, because you want more exposure to your music and you want more exposure to your content, growing is important, and it has to be something that you're not scared to do. Growth comes from good marketing and not being afraid to reach out to other people. Now, You can grow by collaborating with other people in your genre or people who may be in front of your audience that you would like to reach. So collaboration is a great way to grow your social media. Another way to grow that is so undervalued is actually following people. So many people always ask me, how did you get your Instagram account to grow so fast? How do you get this many people to follow you? Not only do I engage with people and their content a lot of times when they're not even following me, that intrigues people to come to my profile to follow me. But on top of that, I'm not afraid to follow people. Sometimes you have to follow people to get people to notice you. So don't be afraid of the ratio. Throw the ratio out of the window. If you're running a small Instagram account or any small social media account, forget about the ratio, because you need people to follow you to continue to see your content if you're not putting a lot of money into advertising. Now, obviously, paid ads will get your content in front of more people, but if you don't have a big budget and you want to grow on social media, don't be scared to follow people. That's the fastest way to get people to follow you. They'll follow you back faster than you just liking their content or just leaving a comment that is sort of irrelevant. And last but not least, don't be afraid to invest into marketing, because if you don't invest into marketing, you won't be exposing your content to new people. If this video was helpful to you, I need you to make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you tune in for more content coming soon. Also, if you are an artist who feels like, hey, I need more help with marketing myself on social media, I need more help with other marketing strategies, I know how to grow my social media following, but I can't get people to listen to my music, make sure you head over to indieartistjourney.com and I will show you hands-on, more in-depth, and I will answer your questions so you have complete access to me at indieartistjourney.com. Make sure you get signed up. If this video was helpful to you, or if you have more questions, make sure you leave a comment below. All right, peace.